And welcome back to MSI 2017, where our next clash of the day is going to pit up one of the best teams in MSI history, smashing people left and right, regardless of who they are in the early game.
God-tier
dominating individually, god-tier jungler, surprising in the top lane in the AD carry. And against them, that's the Gigabyte Marines. Against them is going to be SKT. Lost it at the end.
You messed it up, bro.
Gigabyte Marines taking an SKT. Right, Marines just took down Team WE.
Yep.
They had a fantastic early game. They had a great mid game for the first time in the group stages. Can they do it again? But this time against SKT.
I mean, we'll have to see. Gigabyte Marines, at least I think we're going to be in for a treat here, because their last game was really fun. There were so many kills, so much action. I don't see the Gigabyte Marines shying away from that whatsoever.
But they went full macro last game. That was a beautiful composition, handcrafted around the Lulu pick. It was pushing all the right lanes, aggression here and there, synergy between the team. They just need to do it against SKT.
Easy peasy, and with Fiora getting taken off the board, this always makes me wonder a little bit, if you're obviously looking towards some sort of a tank top, is it something like Galio? Because I do think that Fiora smashes Galio ridiculously hard. I think that we already have seen Galio come out from Stark earlier in the tournament, so to me, that may be a tip-off that that's something that they're looking for in the first round.
Isn't it a good matchup with the Kled as well?
Yeah, definitely can be strong.
Like there. Maybe they wanted some charges. Trevor?
We'll find out whether or not Stark wants to run it. Cannon would be the next ban from SKT towards Gigabyte Marines.
Or Ziggs.
We have seen a lot, or Ziggs as well. Slay, only played that once or twice here at MSI Groups. And as it stands, Karma's taken off the table.
I like this. I was about to say, like, maybe just ban Lulu or Karma and then pick up the other, because you know SKT, they now have a difficulty matching the Karma for Lulu ban, which is the tournament meta, because then they leave open Ziggs, and they're definitely not going to steal away the Ziggs. So now Gigabyte Marines, they get an extra kind of avenue they can explore if they want to go back to the Ziggs pick.
And I think the nice thing about this for the Marines is that they don't actually have to first pick the Ziggs, because SKT is so unlikely to take their rotation. So I don't think you first pick the champion. I think you take your choice of jungler here, whether it's the Lee Sin, the Graves, whatever you do prefer, and then you can grab up something like that Ziggs a little bit later on.
Yep. All right, Graves is going to be locked in. First pick here for Levi. Not going to be the Car Ziggs, which he had such a fantastic performance on in his WE game earlier today. How does SK Telecom reply? Because there's a lot available to them.
I think AD jungle is a rotation that makes sense. Teams would normally go like Tahm Kench Lee Sin here in the recent meta. The problem is if you play Tahm Kench, you're going to get hard shoved by this potential Ziggs that comes out. So, could go any direction, but that's usually what we see.
And Rumble is something that a lot of top laners are talking about as a really safe blind pick that they feel is strong in a lot of different matchups. So, you know, Huni has the confidence to just lock this in, and you can certainly expect third pick for SKT will be the Lee Sin. I mean, Puna is undefeated on it, so why not grab that? But now to Gigabyte Marines side, it's time to find out if Ziggs is coming out.
Yeah, whether Ziggs is coming out early, because it has to be here, otherwise it will be banned out in the second ban phase. But I would love to see like a Ziggs Kled rotation here. It gives them their signature kind of rapid movement, a gameplay pattern that they can use. Kennen is also a fine pick in the Rumble. Let's not forget that. I actually, from talking to people, I was like, Rumble, not that safe, because we saw it punish, but maybe a top laner of Huni's caliber can actually make that pick work, you know? We'll have to find out.
Let's see what Stark can do on this Kennen. It is locked in after being banned against him so many times. Huni 9-0 on Rumble this year. So let's see what the Marines can fire at them. Ziggs not locked in yet or not hovered. Is going to be the Bard. Archie, you're going to be able to cast his Bard this time around. He played it yesterday phenomenally well.
And yeah, I mean, especially in the early game, I think he was really doing a lot, moving around the map well, having great success there. The question now becomes, is SKT actually worried about the Ziggs, or are they fine dealing with that? Will they actually ban it out here, or perhaps target something like the mid lane a little bit to give Faker an advantage with the next pick?
Yeah, does Faker need an advantage, though? That is the question. I mean, you could
Does
just
he want an advantage?
Yeah, if you ban
Probably
Echo,
yes.
if you ban Echo Fizz, you can first pick Syndra, and I think Optimus will have a really hard time finding an answer then.
Oh, such a difficult situation for the Marines to be in. Counter pick options to SK Telecom. AD carry still needs to get secured.
I
don't think he needs an advantage.
That's the Faker ban. This is the
Garen Galio.
Yep.
But you gotta move away from the Galio because he's actually a good champion now.
This was what he was known for, though, in solo queue. He started actually first banning Garen out all the time, and a really funny thing happened during Worlds last year in NA is people started dodging anytime Garen was first banned because they assumed it's
Aatrox. It was Aatrox.
Oh, you're right.
Because in the Korean server, it's Garen Galio, because those champions are first in the phonetics, in the language.
Yep.
Problem is, on the NA server, it's like Aatrox Annie. So when you see Aatrox banned, it's Faker. People were actually faking Faker.
Yeah,
like,
so people would dodge against.
Damn, my team is stacked with 4 support mains. What do we do? ban Aatrox. Assume Faker position, and the enemy mid laner was like, I ain't dealing with this stuff, I'm dodging.
Well, I'm still seeing big smiles on the side of SKT. Peanut definitely having a good time of it on his Lee Sin as well for the 9th time this year. Correction, 13th time this year. Kog'Maw was the next ban from SKT. Not exactly the biggest protect the Cog style on the side of Gigabyte Marines.
Before we assume massive disrespect from SKT though, technically I feel like Garen would be an okay pick into Rumble. If Stark has spammed it in his match history for whatever goddamn reason, that could be the one caveat. Because like to me, SKT and Coma don't sound like a team that like troll ban against wildcard teams.
No, I don't think that's a thing that SKT would ever do, especially when they're on the path for their first perfect tournament. They would need to go 16-0 for that to happen. Bang's going to lock in Twitch, and now the Marines have to reveal their AD carry and their mid laner that will be blind. That Faker will be able to counterpick.
That's always such a tough position, I think, for Optimus to put himself into.
Ziggs Syndra, I think, is the safest you can do. Like, Ori is technically the safe mid pick, but against a player of Faker's caliber, I think you just get slapped around. So I would love to go Ziggs Syndra here and just you go ham. Like, you push in this very short-range Twitch in the bottom lane, negating all the all-in pressure. If you can somehow find Peanut in the jungle and you don't get ganked, it could actually fit their style.
I do agree that Syndra is a pretty good blind, but we have to remember that Echo was not banned out, so Echo is going to be available for Faker here too, which can be pretty tough.
Just win the game in the first 5 levels, right?
Okay,
That's where Syndra is still fine into Echo. And otherwise it's
Before
over.
he uses TP, just first blood Faker, no problem.
Not going to be Syndra, going to be a slightly safer pick, one that can impact side lanes as well. It's the Taliyah. Remember the last time Marines played SK Telecom, they got ahead in the early game, the craziness, but they couldn't take towers or objectives.
Well, it is safe into some matchups, but Taliyah is actually very vulnerable into a lot of assassin picks here, so it would
Faker?
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot of crazy stuff they might go for, but something like a Zed is actually really good in this matchup if he wanted to bring it out. I don't expect it because they are taking this pretty seriously, but
yeah,
an option.
Looking at it though, I actually like the Taliyah more than the Syndra, so obviously Optimus is much smarter than I am. It just, any matchup where you avoid fighting, you just actually push in is a way to beat a better player. You don't need to beat them by trading. Like the way you beat a challenger player is you ganking with 3 silvers, you know? Even challenger can't find his way out there, you know? Same way when you play against Faker, you push him in, leave the lane, and try and go somewhere else. We saw the combination of Bard ultis, satchels, and the Taliyah knockbacks, what they could provide in a team fight.
Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense as well when you're trying to get side lane pressure, take down the first turret, get a split push advantage for Kennen here too, so he can shove and roam very well and perhaps get an advantage on one of the side lanes, which could be a victory condition.
Yeah, I mean, even the Spartan 300 were eventually overwhelmed by numbers.
Spoilers.
Right now, SKT...
I was going to watch that movie on the plane, Trevor.
...are going to be defending their undefeated record at MSI 2017 group stage here. And of course, this is the second time that the Marines are going to get a shot at the defending world champions, the defending MSI champions, the GOAT of League of Legends.
Yeah, you saw the ref dragging Coma away. It's like, no, it's time to go. Stop talking to them. He's like, okay, don't die. Don't get pushed and roamed down. Take it slow and play normal League of Legends. Do not get sucked into the fiesta. That's exactly what the Marines wanted with this composition.
All right, let's see what the Marines can do. There we go. Kennen Graves, Taliyah, Ziggs, and Bard. The potential for outplays from a million miles away. Mega Inferno Bomb, Tempered Fate, Weaver's Wall. There's a lot of options here for the GPL and the Gigabyte Marines. They're taking on LCK's SK Telecom.
And you've got to say, the Marines have got a lot of their comfort picks.
Yes.
Stark was known for his Kennen, Slay known for that Ziggs, and Archie showcased a great game on the Ziggs, or sorry, on the Bard, and we have pretty much the tier S jungler.
Yeah, and this is also the same core that beat Trick, that beat G2. You know, when Trick face checked that burst, that was a satchel with a Bard Q and the Taliyah knockback right there. So it's a really strong composition. I wonder if they're going for a Portal level 1 because they know they're up against SKT. SKT has been playing very defensive early games.
All right, defensive early games. Hooney's going to potentially run into some shenanigans. Just places a ward down and backs away.
Usually they want to sweep this. They want to give this experience to Taliyah and to Graves. So Taliyah sweeps it. Graves needs to hit it. Ooh.
They're actually moving out so he gets the full experience because the experience is shared locally.
Yeah.
So they wanted to give it all over to Taliyah there. Everyone moves away, he gets it.
So the reason they do that is so Taliyah can get level 2. I thought personally if you share the experience, you still get the level 3 path for Graves in order for the early gank, which is Red Raptors and Scuttle Crab. And Taliyah can get level 2 in the first place, but maybe it's just too little experience to achieve that.
And it is also interesting that SKT doesn't really know where the experience went. You have to kind of give the benefit of the doubt now that Taliyah will get that experience and be level 2 a little bit faster.
They can, however, like still press tab once he comes into lane. It's usually, they know that it's just Taliyah though.
Well, both teams ended up trading halves of the map, but Peanut was stood
so
on top of the Marines ward. Now, the Gigabyte Marines have actually started off 2 lane swaps in the group stage already. They're doing it again this time against SKT.
But SKT scouted in the current metagame, if you're on the lane swap, it's actually kind of necessary that you 3-buff. You start on your quadrant, but you see double deport from SKT, they match the invade, and Peanut starts on the aggressive side. Also, if there's one team where you want to test your lane swap macro against, it is not SKT.
And it's really, I mean, on top of that, you have Ziggs, and you have a range support against Tahm Kench and Twitch, something that you think you could pressure. So, I mean, they do like to go back to these, but not sure it's always the right choice.
Faker did not step back into the seismic shove, but it may not matter. Flash forward! Levi is a monster!
That was so well set up. So the early level 2 from the ward, plus they give him experience from the Raptors. He gets level 2 so fast. Faker is not expecting it. Levi with the red buff to mid gank. This is so well planned from the Marines.
Yeah, look at it. Like, even if he just zones Faker with the knockback, Faker disrespect flashes. He needs to flash much faster here. He just wonders, like, why is this guy level 2? The ward sweep for level 2 is actually a super valuable strategy.
Disrespect or the surprise. No one expects the Marines. This is Levi's stats from earlier today. The Gigabyte Marines took down LPL's Team WE. Now, it was a Kha'Zix. It was what Levi is really known for at the moment. And now he's going to respond to some tower pressure from Peanut in the bottom lane.
So in a normal world, they win out here if Huni can teleport, but here Levi is playing ultra aggressive.
Oh, the Sonic Wave connects. Levi, after being the hero, gets taken down by Peanut.
So normally I would think that this is a pretty nice setup from Levi, but he doesn't have flash. You can't actually do that, and now their top laner is going to get corralled in Dove as well.
He's going down. Winter is coming, and SKT are looking for Stark's head. It's Peanut with his second kill of the game.
Yeah, you can never hold in a 2v3 configuration in a lane swap because ultimately, even if SKT play it slow, Huni will teleport down and it'll become a 4v2 dive, which is really easy to accomplish. Also, the other side of that coin, a 2v1 dive is the much harder of the two. Now, however, Stark's going top.
All right, 3v1 dive. Huni, let's see what can happen. The Cosmic Binding connects, and Stark, after finishing the TP, he secures the kill. 1 turret shot, 2 turret shots. Huni gets the trade.
He gets the revenge because the turret mounts up. It is definitely not a bug. Sometimes people complain when it happens like that. What happens is first instance of Bar Q hits a target. The target then flashes. The second instance of Bar Q hits the wall and connects the 2 in the current position. That is why you can still get stunned from Bar Q after flashing.
I have seen this movie before, gentlemen, of SKT versus the Marines. It was around 30 minutes long, around 40 kills deep, and the Marines could not take a single tower. It started in much the same way. Look at this. Huni's in trouble. He's already used that flash, remember, this time round. No binding connects Peanut. He's going to look for a kill reply. 7 kills, 4.5 minutes. Go for it.
I mean, the kills are getting traded pretty evenly, but the problem is, look at how much gold is going to be funneled into this Twitch. They already took the turns. More fighting top.
Oh, my word. Peanut's got another. He's on a rampage before 5 minutes on the clock. Slay's run out of mana.
He went for the smite Q here. Now, Slay looking for the passive auto. Oh, Archie is actually getting pushed really hard for not flashing that initial engage. Peanut, he's getting sucked in here.
Sonic Wave connects! Resonating strike for the snipe!
What can this guy do? 5-0 at 5 minutes? Peanut is going to take over this game.
Oh, man. I'm at a loss for words. SKT have already got a 2,000 gold lead. I wonder if all of that is in Peanut's
I have a couple words for you. Undefeated Lee Sin.
Yep, he puts the S in SKT for sure.
Man.
And I'm just sad. I'm just looking at that flash from Archie and I'm like, Marines, if you just flash the initial Lee Sin Q, flash into your portal, you win the game. Well, there's a few more things that need to happen, but...
There is. No, you start to win the game, right? That's maybe it. Did Wolf steal that one as well?
He did. That's why the crowd's cheering.
And even manages to pick up the Scuttle Crab. Okay, so...
Portal.
If you're going to try the lane swap game, SKT might not be the team you want to do it against. That was what Cripple you were saying. Let's find out how the magical journey ends up.
No flash and Wolf.
Levi and Archie starting to spend some time together. Slay's going to make his way up. Hextech explosives thrown out, but not going to be enough.
So SKT just needs 2 more kills before 15 minutes to break the MSI record. And I would say they're looking pretty good to do.
Sorry, Peanut needs 2 more kills. I think if anyone's going to get them, Peanut should do it. You know?
He's going to solo carry. Stark now looking for Huni. He is a level up though, and he has a Frozen Wave, so that is the one breaking point for this matchup. We see Optimus going down as well, but here's Peanut.
All right, going to get interrupted. Peanut's going to find at least one of those kills if he can catch Optimus. Sonic Wave needs to connect. The Dragon has been enlisted to help out the Gigabyte Marine. Sonic Wave finds his target. Peanut 6-0.
This is the level 5 jungler, willingly engaging on a level 6 mid laner. But Istalia, he kicks him off the wall, takes him down.
He does have a full warrior in Shin at like 6 minutes, so that helps with the decision a little bit.
It's so difficult to look at this situation because now the Marines are behind in every single role.
But they will not feel behind. That is the beauty of the Gigabyte Marines. They don't perceive this gold deficit that you're talking about, Trevor. They just fight, fight, fight.
Look, that gold deficit is alternate facts as far as the Marines are concerned. And Levi is now under pressure in his own jungle. All right, Huni's decided to invade a little bit without support. I think at the minimap, Peanut actually was just north of him. Peanut's going to find Archie, gets his 7th kill. I did say Peanut was going to get them to break the record.
Yeah, that is 1 more kill to tie the record now before 15. 2 more to break it.
All right, where is Peanut? I'm following him. 2 more to break it. 10 kills before 15 minutes is how they're going to do it. Wolf is going to look for Slay. He solos him 1v1 because of course that can happen. Tied for the most kills in MSI history. Optimus may give it up to Peanut to break the record in half the time. So gentlemen,
I'm still a little hurt.
Can you break this down?
I don't like what the Observer did there, panning back to the Bard corpse. I feel that's a little personal right here. Like, let's see what happened with Wolf. Flash Q on the already stacks. We don't even know how this happened. But Slay.
It happened very unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate. That's nice.
That's how it happened.
It was also interesting and unlucky.
Extremely so.
Azael, can you confirm for me 9 kills before at 15?
9 kills for Lee Sin before 15 will break the record. So he is tied with the record right now. Peanut has 8 before 15, and that is tied with the maximum record.
All right, that is ridiculous. 10 kills to 3. Dragon was already picked up. It's a 4,000 gold game. Look at the gold differences between every single lane. Only Faker's really sort of lagging behind here a little bit.
Faker, who's that guy anyway?
You know, I mean, to be fair, he was ganked for first blood, you know, so that put him behind. That's why he doesn't have the same lead that the rest of his team has.
Sometimes you gotta take on for a team, you know, when you run that global taunt, you free up your jungler to do whatever he wants.
Global taunt indeed.
I'm really hoping we don't see Peanut build a single defensive item this game.
All right, teleporting in for Wolf. He's going to get caught up by a seismic shove. This might be the 4th kill of the game, because Wolf is running away with that thick skin and the grey helmet. Bang! It's up in the top lane. It's a focus. Collateral damage comes down. Remember those alternate facts of the gold lead? This is Gigabyte Marines proving it. Peanut with a disengage ultimate follows in with the Sonic Wave and the resonating strike. The record is broken. Now Huni overheating with a flame spitter. He's looking to get another defensive flash.
They're actually doing it, the Gigabyte Marines. These utter nutters are about to ace SKT.
They're going to tower down.
Oh, no! 11!
Don't take the journey. Peanut is playing whack-a-mole with the Marines.
He takes the victory ride back through the portal. Style over substance here for Peanut. He's going nuts.
I just gotta say, the angle matters when you put that magical journey down. Unfortunate misclick. Whew.
Like shooting fish in a magical journey. That's exactly what Peanut's doing this game.
SKT just watched a G2 game. They said, oh, that was pretty dominating. Watch us.
Yeah, watch us do this. Oh. Watch this again. It's actually genius from such a goal deficit. You just group up and you nullify the advantages by going on single target. Watch Stark as well. Prioritizing Bang. This is all great. Peanut finds his way into the fight, but doesn't really finish anybody off. Zoning ultimate from Ziggs. It's all fantastic. Just the portal at the very end. The blind faith in Archie. The willingness to commit to whatever is going on here is what eventually bites them in the butt.
And Peanut able to clean up a couple. Huni softened him up for him. He's just waiting to knock him down. That equalizer has everyone so ridiculously low.
I love Archie taking that.
It hurts. It hurts, Trevor.
As well.
And you know, the second you click that portal, you're like, oh, no, this ain't gonna be good.
11-0 on Peanut's Lee Sin. We come out of a replay because, of course, the Marines are going to get a double kill. Naturally, Levi says, you know what, Peanut? I think you got a few kills. I want to try match it. 6-2 right now.
Oh, Peanut is looking for the 1v2, but it's a 1v4. I'm not sure he realizes it as the Marines are closing in.
Oh, Peanut takes down Stark. Can he win a 1v3? I think he can.
Yeah, 4-man pinch on Peanut, but he says, I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with me, and he Rorschachs his way out of that one.
Okay, screw it. Peanut's already broken the pre-15 kills. Now, the most kills in a game at MSI was set by BRTT. It was 18. Peanut is getting close to that. 13-0. Tempered Fate locks him down.
1, 2.5.
Archie's now the target. He's got no support.
here.
Peanut follows it through for his 14th kill. Wolf, is he going to steal it? He's got the Devour on. Actually, Huni does at the end. Okay, gonna finish that. 18 kills by a single player. BRTT set the record at MSI play-ins. Peanut beats it before 20 freaking minutes.
I think he can. I mean, he's 14-0. If he hits a Q on anybody, you bet your ass he's taking it.
Oh, he's looking for it.
I am very fortunate to have two color casters alongside me. What is your analytical opinion?
Yeah, break it down for us, Mitch.
Of this game.
Yeah, you know, when the Bard is not on the level of Krepo, this is exactly what happens. You know?
It all comes down to how they leash the Krugs.
Yeah, they never started Krugs.
They did not start Krugs.
That was their fatal flaw right here. And then, yeah, Peanut, Trevor, he sees the opening and he goes for it.
Oh, he does indeed. Huni's going to snipe down Levi. Huni 3-4. He wants to get in on the action as well.
He gave Peanut an assist. He's probably question marking Huni right now.
He's like, bro, what the hell? It's the Peanut show.
Well, look, Gigabyte Marines, okay? Remember, second phase of the round robin. They have 5 games left to play. The expectation is at some point the Nexus will get killed. Yeah. But luckily for the Marines, they've got the most difficult opponent out of the way today. And the next 2 days, they've already taken down a few of their opponents. You know, WE as well as TSM, and they can try bounce back because they could have also beaten G2.
Yeah, there's 20 kills right now between the junglers. 13 minutes in the game. This is just... And Faker is just farming just calmly. He's like, you guys do your like solo queue things. I'm just gonna get the CS, hit my power spike, and if it all fails...
the turrets.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna have more fights, because of course we are. Bang's looking for Stark. Stark actually cancels his ultimate, throws down a slicing maelstrom. Now Huni's under some pressure from Archie and Optimus. Peanut missed a skill shot. That's not something I've seen in 13 minutes. Now Wolf is gonna try to take the blast gun. Actually, Levi pops him backwards. Levi's gonna get through the gray health. Here comes Bang. Spray and Pray's already been used. End of the line. Wolf gets the flash and the heal from Bang. Wolf still stays alive. Collateral damage falls short.
These are actually pretty high-level skirmishes across the board. Obviously, you can't deny Peanut when he's this far ahead, but everybody's playing extremely well around the abilities that can be used by their opponents.
I mean, Levi has actually gotten really strong for himself here, too. He can definitely take down pretty much anyone besides Peanut.
Okay, where is Peanut? He's going to look for yet another kill. Remember, he's got to get to 18 kills.
And SKT will finally take down their second turret in the game.
Oh, yeah, of course. 18 kills in a single game. That's what BRTT did during the play-ins. And that's what the next record we're trying to break is, because, you know, these arbitrary stat records, I'm a huge fan of them.
Oh, yeah.
Stat team keeps feeding me the numbers. And
Trevor, how long has this Cloud Drake been alive, though?
Oh, you've put me in a tough position. It's going to be around 7.5 minutes, because I did see Peanut picking up that first Cloud Drake around 640, 650.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, Azael, but whenever Trevor runs out of things to talk about, he loves talking about like Dragon lifetime spans.
I find it interesting when a team opts to ignore a Dragon for 30 to 40 minutes.
Did you know SKT actually has one of the highest priorities on the Wind Dragon compared to any other team in the world?
You see, connoisseur of interesting, informative sets. Thank you, Azael.
No problem.
For actually, you know, elevating the level of this cast. Because I tried to educate Krepo and Deficio in the beauty of these numbers, but
I feel you. You know, in NA we struggled for a long time with the Cloud Dragon. You know, it's
you guys tried to make Cloud Dragon great again, but it was a little in vain. I'm still not on the.
It was never not great.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's what you fail to realize here, Krepo.
But that's the beauty, like we can always learn.
Is that it? We can always... Okay, good to know. All right, so 15 minutes.
What you're saying, buddy?
15 minutes has gone by. Where's the last outer turrets? In the mid lane, of course. SKT have taken top and bottom. We're going to have some more shenanigans. Tempered Fate flashed away from instantly from Bang.
Gotta respect the Golden Crown.
I gotta respect the international crown. SKT, the greatest of all time, going to take their second dragon. This one around 8 minutes. Crapwire, we'll see what the next elemental break is. Interests me greatly. Stark is looking to get roasted here by Huni. Actually, Huni with Blade of the Ruined King is in trouble. That's
Where is he?
Slicing Maelstrom in the overheat. Huni picks up the kill.
It was but a scratch for Huni. Fights his way out.
That's what happens. You have no MR against that Rumble, but Peanut, it's a few.
Doesn't follow it. Bated breath. I'm waiting to see if he decides. Sonic Wave this time around. Just behind Slay, and SKT will take down the last outer turret. Just keeping, extending. Optimus is tagged, he's caught out!
And that's not the next kill for Peanut right there. Faker steals it away.
Huni and Faker, they just keep stealing. This record's not going to get broken.
It's starting to feel like playtime is over for SKT. They're knocking down all the turrets, they're taking the dragons, and they are getting
They probably
pretty serious.
looked up in the crowd and they see Koma standing in the single row, just silently shaking his head, and they're like, oh boy.
You know what? Actually, I mean, the Marines have taken a tower, so this is improvement. They've also potentially taken more kills. I can't remember what the kill score was from day one. All right, Peanut, Sonic Wave, jumps onto Archie. Dragon's Rage, he's stunned against the wall. Peanut might go down. End of the line. Levi shuts him down.
And Archie almost died there, but Faker now in trouble.
All right, Wolf has been able to devour Faker. Gigabyte Marines don't know what retreat means. Typical, they retreat when I say that. And they decide not to chase onto SKT. They're still down 1,000 gold, but they're just willing to dance.
Yeah, that is their style. For a team down so far behind, they constantly keep grouping though. They don't play on 3 lanes, trying to match up the farm. They really just want to fight their way out and hopefully surprise their opponents, use the hubris against them.
I'm actually really glad you bring that up because during days...
Oh, he got it!
Did Huni steal red buff as well?
He's wearing red buff.
Man, Stark during days 1 and 2 actually had the highest teammate proximity of all top laners. Because he does things like this, spins it around with his team, waiting for this fight.
I actually thought the red buff was maybe going to get Archie. Just that little heal before going through the tunnel actually saved him.
Self-cast W, get into the portal. Let's see, every time we come out of replay, we just got to make sure there's not more fighting going on.
It's been a while since Peanut has actually gotten a kill. It's been probably like 5 or 6 minutes, something like that.
It has to be something wrong.
Performance dip for Peanut here.
Yeah, it's a pretty worrying trend.
It really, really is. Stark's not going to get run down here by Wolf and Bang. They pick it up relatively easily, despite the slicing Maelstrom. And yeah, 31 kills on 19 minutes. SKT, how do they close this game out? I mean, the next Cloud Drake really could enable these rotations between lanes.
However they want. That's the answer to this one.
All right, I'm actually going to ask the Sap team, how many total kills were in the game the last time the Marines and SKT played?
You know you have a talkback button.
I do, but I like the viewers at home to follow along with.
Join the conversation.
Because we do have a stats team. It's a lot of hard work here to help feed me used to
Yeah, definitely.
Like this.
They keep their Excels updated. Refresh your pivot tables daily. Make sure the stats are up to date.
Well, SKT closing in, looking to knock down some more turrets. I mean,
yeah.
they can pretty much close this out, I think, whenever they want, but they're having some fun.
They're playing on 3 lanes. That does make them prone to pick. So this is what the composition from the Gigabyte Marines wants to do on an even field. You play on 3 lanes, we'll Tempered Fate, we'll Weaver's Wall, we'll find you off guard, and we also have a ton of wave clear. The problem is, SKT's a little bit ahead.
Oh yeah, a little bit ahead. Definitely been able to respond to everything the Marines have thrown at them. There's no surprise. But yeah, those 3 outer turrets are down. Dragons coming up soon as the inner turrets are going to break through. And this is the magical play-by-play time where we talk about the wave clear of Taliyah and Ziggs and Graves and how useful it is installing.
What a fantastic point, Trevor.
Thank you so much,
Let's take a look at the item builds as well.
Oh, we should indeed. Morellonomicon's picked up by Optimus and Slay. Levi's got that Black Cleaver and Wolf and Bang. They are the targets. Teleports coming down from Huni. Not able to find a stun yet onto Wolf and Bang. Huni shoots out the equalizer. Stark is being burned alive. Not gonna die just yet. Levi's up in the top. That's 1 and 2 for SKT.
Well played by Archie. He was looking for a double stun and then a really great positioning by Bang. He stayed just out of range for the second part of Part Q to proc from top Kensha to him. And now Faker is looking for a kill of his own.
And he does it with the shockwave. Support picked up by Peanut. The first time these teams met. 37 kills in total was secure. We're at 35 right now.
And they're going straight for the Baron here. The 20-minute Baron pings onto it right away.
I want to see the drive-by steal. Optimus Weaver walls over and goes full Neo from the Matrix, just like sliding down, tack, tack, tack. Takes down the Baron. It's not happening, is it?
Nah, because it's on cooldown, I'm afraid. No,
Otherwise, that's exactly what would have happened.
It'll happen in the sequel. Right, it'll happen in the sequel.
There was no sequel.
Yeah, the sequels are always worse than the
No, there is no. They only made one Matrix movie.
Oh, you're right, actually, they did.
Yeah. I wonder why they never made a second or a
It
third.
was such a good movie, it would have made a great series, right? Like 2 or 3 like Star Wars, it would have been great. Trilogy, even.
Yeah, things happen. No, we already saw it. Like the angled bar Q went on Tahm Kench, but it was just out of range to proc to bang right here. And then it's obviously super easy collapse. Peanut can't find that record, man. He's looking for it, but Faker. That's the spoil of fun.
I'm going to spoil a little bit of fun and step back and just say like how surprised and amazed I am at every single Marines game. I know they're going to do it. I know they're going to play aggressive and just pick fights, but it never ceases to amaze me just how they do it, no matter who their opponents are.
Yeah, the magic. The first time they whipped out that lane shot, I was like, come on. They can't get away with this every time. They have to like... And then they actually surprised us by playing a super standard game last game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like that they stick to their playstyle, right? This is a team that is trying to improve, that has unlocked a spot for the GPL, for Worlds, and they are such a dominant team in their region that it's extremely likely that they will claim that World spot. So they are trying to practice, they are trying to improve here as much as they possibly can, and despite that, they're a legitimate contender in this tournament. They have been doing very well.
They really have. Down in the bottom lane, Stark's being jumped on here once again by Bang and Wolf. Levi's been exhausted, and look at that burst from Bang. I'd like to let you know, Krepo, that that Dragon actually survived less time than it's taken for Peanut to find his next kill. Last time Peanut killed anybody was around 12 minutes in the game. It's been that long.
Fascinating.
I think he's underperforming from his, early game expectations.
I mean, it tends to happen to SKT junglers. There's an expiration date on them. Play good for a while. You get sub, you win a world championship, and then you get kicked out of your team. So maybe it's time for Peanut to hang up the mouse and keyboard.
Now we're going to see. He's going to take down another tower looking for Optimus. Dragon's Rage is going to find, not just yet, holds on to the trigger. 2 towers taken down. It was a zoning play from Peanut. All outer turrets are secured for SKT. They extend the lead to 16,000 gold.
Wind in the sails, 3 Cloud Dragons. Bang right here, walk into Levi.
All right, Levi's going to have to dash away into the line of collateral between the uprights. He's been playing some football. We are in Brazil after all. SKT dodge everything.
Peanut, I mean, Peanut just can't seem to get any kills. The Gigabyte Marines are playing pretty safe here, actually, for the most part, around him.
You can come back from like a 70,000 gold deficit. Great teams have done it in the past.
Need a lot of wave clear, a lot of stalling.
Maybe an Anivia, perhaps.
Yeah. If only they drafted the Anivia.
I mean, there is that saying in English that history repeats itself, right?
Yeah, tends to.
Is today the day? Probably not, but it would be the most magical comeback of all. Yeah, that's what I got. SKT will close this out soon enough. They go 6-0. Gigabyte Marines. I'm gonna look to the rest of
They kill the War Trevor, they're setting up for the turret, they're walking in the base, it's falling low, it drops down, another turret for SKT.
So glad you got some play-by-play practice this split. Really cover for me.
Really on point there.
Yeah, I definitely. Just got what's happening here.
All right, Bang's gonna get caught out. Decent Cosmic Binding, it'll save Archie's life for a few seconds longer. But look at your minimap. Peanut in the mid lane, Huni in the top lane. Now Huni's gonna transition to join the rest of SKT.
He's challenging Levi to a duel. Fists at dawn. He's bringing what's it, Tommy gun? Shotgun?
I think this...
It's actually a shotgun, but with a Tommy gun in the skin.
Yeah, yeah.
Just makes a lot of sense.
It's a Tommy gun that shoots like spread rounds. The physics are unique to Runeterra and...
League of Legends, man. They don't care about your ballistics.
It's really ruining my immersion right now into this game. Everything else,
Bolt and fire bears and ninjas throwing stars with lightning, that's all fine, but...
The Tommy gun shotgun, that crossed the line here for me. I was okay with the dog, but
hey,
not this.
I like the pug. I think the pug is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Bang, 1-on-2. Levi's going to come in to help out, but I think Optimus may be dead before anything can happen. Collateral damage comes down. More of Mount Mortis saves Bang's life. Optimus tries to bait Bang. Seismic shove, though, misses its target. And Bang screams rat-a-tat-tat. Optimus goes splat. Wolf is eating some dinner. Then he takes down Levi in the back end of the fight.
Was he baiting, or was that a poison tick canceling his glide? I don't even know.
Could be that one, too.
Maybe it was low enough that he would die to the turret.
Tied for kills with their day 1 matchup. Flash forward from Bang. He's got a lot of life steal. That's going to break the record. Faker gets another 40 kills in 25 minutes. SKT can now knock over these inhibitors uncontested. 30-second death timers on multiple targets.
And the destination is the same. We knew this was very likely to happen. SKT to smash the Gigabyte Marines, but the journey was ever so pleasant again in this game.
Such a magical journey by SKT.
Definitely.
Sniping off the Gigabyte Marines at every opportunity. You're right, they've broken the record, unfortunately for Peanut. He's going to need a quadra or a penta to break the most kills in a single game. Optimus is the target, gets booted backwards, he's flashed to safety. Faker's on a rampage. Not over yet. Faker attack and dissonance, sending the ball forward over and over. A tongue lashing and a whipping on the stock. Nexus star number 1 goes down. Faker gets another. Under the fountain, the equalizer's burning down the Gigabyte Marines, and they are aced.
Peanut finds his 15th kill of the game, and that's it for the game.
SK Telecom knock over the second Nexus turret, and after 46 kills, remain undefeated at MSI 2017.
And it was a fun one. I mean, we got what we were expecting.
Sorry, you were expecting 46 kills?
I was expecting a bloodbath, and that is what was delivered to me. I loved the first matchup that they had. I loved the second, and I hope we get to see a third.
Look, they level 2 ganked Faker. They made his bodyguard angry, and we see the ensuing results.
I just love the Marines. I'll say it, they are such an entertaining team to watch.
I think they're making a lot of fans here at MSI. These guys have been underestimated so many times. And yes, they got crushed by SKT, but they're putting up great performances against so many teams, and they're playing really fun games.
It's also a playstyle that scales against just weaker teams, because this unrelenting aggression where they build a synergy in these fights, it will work against teams that aren't just as good individually or as a team macro-wise.
I also think this could be the double bait, right? The psych out. They get their hands on Ziggs and Cannon, maybe bait the rest of the MSI participants to let it through, slide out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, we'll see tomorrow in the next
Let a man
day.
dream, Crepo.
I have to see what happens, because of course Gigabyte Marines, 2 wins and 4 losses now. They have 4 games remaining here in the group stage. They've already picked up 2 wins against those teams, and it's a very tight race for those last playoff spots.
It really is, and it just gets harder. You know, you have to pick up these wins, and there's not a lot of easy teams here. There's no real free wins for anyone except SKT.
I got nothing.
Yeah, you said it right. I mean, I loved hearing the cheers for Faker and crew as they walked off stage. A lot of fans here in the audience with SKT shirts on, and I mean, 6-0, the undefeated tournament. They've dropped 1 game a few times in the past. Maybe this is the tournament where they dropped none.
Yeah, but I feel like there's just the discrepancy in the level of play between SKT and the other teams. It is truly a tournament of 1+5.
Yeah.
Like, we made this point before where, like, MSI used to be 5+1 because people were like, why would you invite a wildcard team, now the emerging regions? Oh, turns out they're pretty close to smashing all your major regions.
And this is 2 international tournaments in a row, let's not forget. ANX performing well at Worlds. The Gigabyte Marines performing very well at MSI. These teams are here to play.
We got kaboomed back in the day as well.
Back in the day, and it just carried on. I mean, the expectation was super massive instead of this team. So there's multiple really good teams out there. So anyways, SK Telecom, they've closed out their 3rd undefeated day. And for more on the Peanut Show, we're going to send it over to our analysts.
Thank you very much. Quick shot. I mean, not 30 minutes ago, we saw G2 put together one of the most dominant game wins of the tournament so far. SKT, not to be outdone, they can't let anyone else have a record for themselves. They come through and smash the Gigabyte Marines, and it was all the Peanut Show.
I mean, you run out of superlatives, right? There's so many different things you can say. Obviously, around Peanut, 7 minutes 48, he was legendary.
In
8
a normal
kills
world,
already down.
we got a nice highlight roll.
There's plenty of highlights.
Yeah, well, first off, Levi had no flash, so this was kind of given to him. But you know the saying, give SKT an inch? How much can they actually take? Apparently 14 kills in the first 12 minutes is what Peanut does with an inch.
Oh, and this is just disgusting. Like, they are literally the Globetrotters of League of Legends right now. Peanut is just... He's insane. He's probably the best mechanical player
But you wouldn't have said that about them
seen.
last year, right? But now they have Huni, now they have Peanut, now there really is stars everywhere. And on any single game, someone can pop off, and this is that to the nth degree.
When he knocks off Talia here from the wall, because you can see that Optimus is cutting down to get behind Huni, who is now moved up into the river. But just like, it's not just his mechanical powers, but just how heads up he is about every macro play that is about to happen on the map.
Yeah, and this is insane. We were trying to count the number of Qs he was missing in this first little bit, and there's going to be one in this fight, but that was pretty much it. I think there was one other elsewhere, and he just kept going I also have to question his magical grenade. Even if Peanut doesn't kill him, they're going to die to the turret.
They would have
and
both
2 people
taken
went through.
turret shots.
2 people went through.
There's like
it's
the pause too, where Stark's like, "Is it okay?" Nah, it's good.
Yeah, there is that moment where the game kind of devolves and you realize, look, this is almost an insurmountable lead. SKT has total control, but the thing is at a certain point too, you also see SKT turn the screws, right? They are respecting their opponents, even in their domination, and making sure that they're closing out these wins as quickly as they possibly can.
I mean, the last game between these two was definitely, you could say Fiesta, you could say that SKT were just opting into fights they didn't need to. This one was like an exhibition match for sure. It was the Peanut show, and what I want fans to remember, because the second time we've seen Peanut cheered off an international stage was Worlds, when specifically the MSG crowd really got behind him in the semi-finals, and he was the celebrated name there. That was on the Rocks Tigers, now on SKT. This wasn't Peanut the whole season. We had to have Blank subbed in. He looked disconnected from a lot of the other members of his team. It took a split to fit Peanut into the lineup, to allow him to situationally step up and carry, and other times step back and be a facilitator. But on his day, his mechanics, his aggression, it's just magical.
And I want to put into context what we just saw. I was looking at players who have kills before 15 minutes. Coming into the day, Peanut had the most with 9 across 4 games. The next closest in this tournament now after day is 11. Peanut had 14 in that game. 14 kills before 15 minutes. I'm actually, as crazy as that was, a little disappointed that SKT took the rest of the game so seriously and methodically and didn't let him get 30. Because they probably could have. It reminds me of like Klay Thompson had 60 points after 3 quarters. They took him out of the game. That's what happened with Peanut in this game. He had 14 kills at, what, like 2 minutes, and then only ended the game with 15.
And that's what I mean when I say you know that they took them seriously because other people were taking the kills, right? They were looking for those engagements, and it wasn't hand-feeding kills over to Peanut. Faker was taking them when Peanut was there. So in the face of being able to smash the record even harder or create one that would never be touched, they still give the respect to their opponents as they have in the past. I mean, it shows this team is truly globally dominant for a reason.
But it's no longer about just chasing dominance for SKT. It's about chasing perfection. Nothing less will do for them at this point.
They've been 1 game away from the perfect tournament. Again, I made the prediction earlier. I don't know who's betting against them because it's looking perfect this time.
It's looking better and better for them. Well, Shox is standing by with the man himself, so let's send it over to her for a word.
Thank you very much, guys. And I know we just spoke to him yesterday, but I did want to grab Peanut again because that was a historical performance here at MSI, breaking a lot of records. 15 kills before 15 minutes, just to name one. Peanut, what got into you there? That was absolutely insane.
그 피넛 선수 비록 어제 인터뷰를 했지만 이번 경기에 너무나 좋은 활약을 펼쳐주시고 지난 MSI 모든 기록, 각종 기록을 다 이제 갈아치우면서 되게 좋은 활약을 펼치셨는데 어떻게 이런 경기력을 보여주게 되었나요?
네, 이제 좀 상대가 너무 공격적이어서 이제 저희가 공격적인 걸 받아치다 보니까 킬이 하나씩 차곡차곡 쌓이면서 네, 그냥 킬이 계속 쌓이니까 네, 더 활약할 수 있었던 것 같아요.
Our opponents, they're super aggressive, and by counterattacking their moves, I just got killed by one after, and naturally I got stronger, and I think that led to my performance.
It was kind of fun to watch this game because 2 teams that were really playing their style, and when we talk about the Gigabyte Marines, they're just so aggressive. What do you think of them as a team and to play them overall?
이렇게 초공격형인 기가바이트 마린이랑 SKT랑 붙으면서 되게 재밌는 경기가 나왔는데요. 이 기가바이트 마린 팀에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요?
일단 눈에 보이면 약간 생각이 들면 무조건 하려는 팀인 것 같아요. 그래서 그게 저희가 엄청 좀 많이도 당하기도 했지만 그래도 저희가 다 예상하고 있던 것들도 있어서 막 이렇게 게임이 이길 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
I agree, they're a super aggressive team. I think like if they see the opponent, they're in action right away. Like but they did catch us in surprise for a few moments, but we did expect this kind of game. We did expect this game to flow that way, so we were prepared and we were able to counterattack.
Wow, and playing Lee Sin like that is something that most of our players only dream of. Can you give like one tip for all the players that are learning Lee Sin and I want to get as good as you?
그 많은 사람들이 피넛 선수처럼 리신을 잘하고 싶어하고 되게 배우고 싶어하는데요. 리신에 대한 팁을 하나 주자면 뭐가 있을까요?
리신에 대한 팁, 리신에 대한 팁은 그냥 딱히 없고 이제 한 500판만 해보시면 이제 리신 감이 어느 정도 잡히실 것 같습니다.
I don't think there's a special tip, but just play 500 games of Lee Sin. Then you'll get the hang of it.
All right, we'll get started on. Before we go, just one more thing. Yesterday in the interview, I asked you who was going to advance. You said it was Flash Wolves, WE, and G2. Today, everything's still really close. And after the interview, you said, oh, I forgot about TSM. So if you want to change your vote, or you want to change your picks, you can. So do you want to or not?
자, 어제 인터뷰했을 때는 4강 나머지 진출 세 팀이 플래시홀즈, G2, W로 얘기했었는데 인터뷰 끝에 TSM 빠뜨렸다라고 되게 말씀하셨는데 오늘 경기를 보고 다시 얘기하자면 어떤 세 팀이 진출할 것 같으신가요?
저는 솔직히 어제 TSM을 좀 빠뜨렸던 이유가 제가 스벤스케런 선수랑 해보니까 생각보다 너무 쉬워서 스벤스케런 선수 때문에 저는 TSM이 떨어질 것 같았는데 오늘 다시 엄청 잘하시는 것 같아서 이제 TSM도 4강 비빔밥 지금 매치에 합류할 수 있을 것 같아요.
네, 세 팀 고르자면?
세 팀 고르자면요? 오늘 마린팀이 이겼으니까 TSM, G2, W. 네, W. Yes.
The reason why I left out TSM yesterday because when I played against TSM, it was really easy playing against Spenskeren. So that's why I left TSM out. But watching them play again today, I think he got back to his form and he's playing really well. So if I had to pick again, I would pick TSM, G2, and WE.
All right, Peanut, give it and take it away. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Congratulations on a fantastic performance, Peanut. We're going to take a quick break, but we have one more game up on slate when we come back from Rio at MSI 2017.
There's a lot of options here for the GPL and the Gigabyte Marines. They're taking on LCK's SK Telecom.
But here, Levi is playing ultra aggressive.
Oh, the Sonic Wave connects. Levi, after being the hero, gets taken down by Peanut.
Initial engage Peanut, he's getting sucked in here.
Sonic Wave connects. Resonating strike for the snipe. 1v1, because of course that can happen. Tied for the most kills in MSI history. Optimus may give it up to Peanut to break the record. He's looking to get another defensive flash.
They're actually doing it, the Gigabyte Marines. These utter nutters are about to ace SKT.
They're going to tower.
Oh, no!
11! Don't take the journey. Nexus Star #1 goes down. Faking gets another. Under the fountain, the equalizer's burning down the Gigabyte Marines, and they are aced.